and welcome to another video. Today I'm going to be recommending some completed series. This one actually ended up being harder for me to do than I expected because a lot of my favorite series right now are not finished yet. A couple of them are finishing up this year with the final book coming out, but I still can't count those. So I actually had a really difficult time picking out some books that I wanted to recommend. So for the first series, I have to, of course, start off with Harry Potter. It is absolutely, baffling to me how there are people in the world that love books and have still never read Harry Potter. I fully, blame Harry Potter for turning me into the person I am today, and I don't think I'm a bad person. I mean, Harry Potter was such a big deal to me when I was younger. It made me want friends, it made me want to go on adventures, it made me want to be brave, it made me love my family. I mean, there was so much good stuff in these books, and I can't believe that people don't read them. Read them if you haven't. Read them, you guys. I mean, it's like a part of our culture now. Harry Potter is such a thing, and they are so good. I mean, it's just, they mean so much to me that I have a hard time thinking that there are people that will never give them a chance. So please read these books. The next series I have to recommend is the Bourne series by Brandon Sanderson. Anyone that's read this series knows exactly why I'm recommending them right now. They are absolutely amazing. If you like fantasy, if you like adventure, there's not a whole lot of romance. I mean, there's a little bit, but you guys, this series is one of the few that genuinely, affected me. When I finished them, I was in, this weird, depressed zombie-like state for a few days where it was like my brain couldn't comprehend. It was that good. It was that good. It was that crazy. It was just fantastic. And this series is just brilliant. It's really, really brilliant. And if you haven't given it a try, really do. It can be kind of complex at sometimes, and if I try to explain the world to you, it wouldn't make sense, but when you read it, it really does. It is fantastic. Another series I finished and really loved is Under the Never Sky by Veronica Rossi, and I believe that's the name of the series as well. I read this one last year, I believe, and I finished all 3 books on a weekend, and it was so good. I'd never really heard much about it. I think I just saw them, at the library, and I was like, alright, why not? Let's take these books home and see what I think. So good. This is futuristic, sci-fi, post-apocalyptic sort of. I don't even know, but it is fantastic. This series is just so much fun, and it's so interesting and well written, and I loved all the characters. I loved the world was so interesting, you guys. The writing was beautiful a lot. I actually really loved this series. I thought it was so good and definitely way underhyped. I'm sure none of you guys saw this one coming because I don't talk about it all the time, and that is the Seven Waters series by Juliette Marlier. You guys know I love this series to death, and I actually have not finished the series, so I almost didn't put it on this list, but I don't even have to finish the series to know it is fantastic. This first one is a fairy tale retelling, and it is so beautiful, and then all the books after it have different characters, but they're all connected. I don't want to tell you guys how because I might spoil something, but really, I think this is the most underhyped fantastic series of all time. It is so good, so beautifully written, and they're kind of dense books, and they can be slow at some parts, which I don't mind because I'm a fast reader, but if you're a slow reader, it might be hard to trudge through, but give it a chance. Really give this a chance. These are some of my favorite books, and they are so wonderful. For the next series, I have to, of course, recommend the Percy Jackson series by Rick Riordan. Please ignore my really weird, beat-up copy of the first book. I think I found this at Half Price Books. My mom got it for me years ago, and I've never even seen a copy like this, so I don't know where it's from, and I've read it a lot, so it's really beat up, so sorry. Percy Jackson series is one of my favorite series of all time. It, gets the little girl in me giggling and laughing, but with that, it still has, more mature tones. It's not just childish, which is something I think people think a lot about it, that it's just, well, that's just Percy Jackson, it's, for kids and stuff. No, you fools, it is not just for kids and stuff. Sure, they're fun, sure they make me laugh, sure they make corny, horrible jokes through, every single book, but they are so good. The plots are always, really interesting and interconnected, and all the mythology woven in. I love mythology, so I really love it. Percy is like my fictional love, and these books are so good. Give them a shot. Don't think they're just for kids. Don't think they're just some dorky whatever book. They are very, very, very good. The next series I'm going to recommend I almost didn't put on this list, and that is The Infernal Devices by Cassandra Clare. This is the first one. I almost didn't put the series on the list because I personally absolutely hated the end to the series. I thought it was such a cop-out, and it just makes me angry to think about. But before that, the whole series was really great. I love the time era, I love the steampunk. Everybody loves Cassandra Clare's Shadowhunter world, so it was kind of like bringing all this goodness together into a really amazing trilogy. And they are so fun. Who doesn't love, like, action, demon slaying, steampunk, romance, awesome books? Nobody. Nobody doesn't like that. Read these books. They're good. You don't have to read the Mortal Instruments first. I haven't even finished the Mortal Instruments yet. But, I mean, you might want to start off. I think it introduces you to the world better than this one does, and when you kind of have the background info, it's going to help you to understand why certain things are significant. So I would definitely recommend the Mortal Instruments first, but I couldn't put it on this list because I haven't finished it. The next book on my list is The Hunger Games. I thought I would include this because everybody's been watching the movies lately, and a lot of people I've been talking about it have never actually read the books. And as it happens a lot, I like the books a lot better than the movies. I don't think the movies are bad. I really, really like Jennifer Lawrence. I think she's amazing, and I think she does a fantastic job with Katniss. I mean, the movies are definitely doing a way better job than most book movie adaptations do, so kudos to them. However, I think the books really should not be missed out on. Like, they are so, so good. I think it was just the way that Suzanne Collins gave us an entertaining, deep, gritty sort of book. You know, like, on the surface it's just the Hunger Games. They go and they kill, and, you know, she wants to save her sister, there's some romance, the capital is evil. But underneath, the last book has such a message of, like, war and what it does to people and how it just is awful. People don't come out of stuff like that unscathed. Read these books. They're really good, especially if you like the movies and haven't given the book a chance. Please read them. I mean, they really have so much more to them, and they are so, so good. I want to reread them now that I'm talking about them. Okay, so the final series on this list is going to be Eragon by Christopher Paolini. So I hear a lot that, oh, he stole from Lord of the Rings. Oh, that is from Lord of the Rings. Oh, Lord of the Rings. But I love Lord of the Rings. I love the movies. They are fantastic. I have not read the books, so I really can't say. However, I have read these books, and I really like these books. I almost didn't put this on for the same reason as The Infernal Devices. I despise the ending with, like, every inch of my soul. I mean, the ending to this series is just crap. I legitimately sent, like, hate mail to Christopher Paolini because I was so mad. I'm a little ashamed of that, but I was just pissed. I was so mad that we waited years to get the last book, and the ending was just horrible. I'm not going to ruin it, but it was horrible, and it makes me angry to think about. However, I do think it is definitely worth reading the whole series. Up until, like, the last, I don't even remember, it's been so long, the last fourth of the last book or something. This whole series is absolutely fantastic. Dragons, magic, adventure, a huge fictional, crazy fantasy world, amazing races, characters, fight scenes. I mean, this is where it's at, you guys. I love this series. So, you know, I feel like you can read it. Just keep in mind that the ending is disappointing, but that doesn't stop you from appreciating everything else. Alright, everybody, so those are all of the completed series that I'm going to be recommending to you to read. Like I said, it was kind of hard for me to, like, figure some out, because those right now that I listed are not, like, my favorite book series right now. I mean, some of them are. Harry Potter will always be, like, my favorite book series, but right now, all of the series that I'm really, really into aren't finished yet. So I'll probably be doing a, like, recommendation for incompleted series sometime soon, because this was hard. This was hard. So feel free to comment below and let me know if you've read any of those and what you thought about them, or some finished series that you would recommend, because I definitely have not read a whole lot of finished series, so please feel free and let me know some that you like. And as always, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.